Hello and good morning, people of the internet. Today I have a very simple, quick, and easy DIY to make true A5 size dividers for your planner. Now I know what you're thinking. Why do I need to watch this video? Making dividers is super easy, right? All we have to do is take a piece of scrapbook paper, cut it down to size, and punch a few holes. We can also add a tab to the top if we like. Well, my issue with using standard scrapbook paper to make dividers is that typically scrapbook paper is very lightweight and is typically only one-sided. Now they do make double-sided scrapbook paper, which makes our life easier, but it still is very lightweight and feels like it's just standard paper. If you're anything like me, you like really nice, heavy-duty, and thicker feeling dividers for your planner. So what most people do to combat that is laminate their dividers. They either glue a sheet to the back or use double-sided scrapbook paper and then laminate. Well, not everyone has a laminator, myself included, so I've been on the hunt to try and figure out how I can make really nice looking dividers without having a laminator. So I came up with the solution, and it's pretty straightforward. It's common sense really, but it's not something that I thought about at first, so I figured I would share this method with all of you. The trick to making really nice planners without a laminator is just to start with folders that already have double-sided pages and that are coated. So these dividers here are from the Target Dollar Spot. So there's a pack of 3. They are coated and glossy feeling, and they're double-sided. So one side will have this really pretty printed pattern, and the inside will either be mint, red, or gold. And the Target Dollar Spot comes out with new designs every month. So I also picked up some white and gold ones from the Target Dollar Spot, and some colorful ones with gold dots. So for $1, you can actually make 12 dividers out of each of these. So that's a really great deal, and it's very, very little work. Essentially, the main trick that I found with these dividers is that they are exactly the size of 2 A5 pages. So I have, just for example, 2 A5 cutouts. And you can see that when we lay it down, it's exactly 2 pages. So this makes our life super simple because all we need to do is cut the dividers in half and cut them across the top. I also want to mention that there are other dividers that the Target Dollar Spot makes. These are not from the Target Dollar Spot. However, you'll see that they have 5 tabs. And there are 5 tabbed dividers that the Target Dollar Spot offers. But the ones that have 5 tabs are meant to fit into a 3-ring binder. And that means that they are a little smaller than the 3 tabbed ones. So these ones, like I said, were not from the Target Dollar Spot, but there are 5 tabbed dividers from the Target Dollar Spot. So if you'd like to do this craft, you should try to remember that, because it won't be exactly 2 A5s. For each of these, you'll only be able to make 1 A5 divider, and you'll have to cut it out like so. I encourage you to shop around at your dollar stores, Walmart, Target, whatever convenience stores you may have, because folders are easy to come by and typically are a pretty good deal for the number of dividers that you'll be getting for your planner. If you would like to get 2 A5 pages out of them, you should make sure that the dividers are 11 and 11/16 inches long. Alright, so I'm going to make one just to show you how simple it is. Step 1 is to take the folder out of the package, and you'll notice that there are 2 halves. So we just want to cut this down the center line. Now that we have 1/2 of our folder that's double-sided and coated, we just need to cut it down to A5 size. To do this, you could either take a piece of A5 paper, mark along the top where to cut, and mark along the side as well. Or if you have a swing line cutter, what I like to do is use washi tape to make marks so that when I line up a piece of paper, I know exactly how far I need to line it up to cut it down to the correct size. So I already made a measurement for this length. Let me just flip it over and make a measurement for this length as well. Now all we need to do is take our folder, line it up to the various marks, and cut it. Now we have our 2 halves, and we just cut those down to size. Once we have our dividers cut, I would recommend saving the little scraps because we can use these to make tabs for the dividers. To make the tabs, I'll be using these Avery 1-inch insertable tabs. They are permanent stickiness. I haven't tried to remove them from the paper yet, but what I like about these is even though these will be stuck in place, the top part is insertable, so I can always change out what the tab says. You can see here a finished one. And it just has a really nice clean look to it, and like I said, I can always switch out this tab to write something different. Making the paper for the tab is really easy. I just like to use one of the scraps of paper, and I just take one of the tabs as an example and just experiment cutting down different pieces of paper until you get the right size. You could also measure it out, but I like to guess and check. Once you have a piece of paper for measurement, all you have to do is take a piece of the scrap paper and use it as a guide to cut several of them. I like to use 2 pieces of paper per tab because I think it fills the tab up and prevents the paper from wiggling around inside. It also lets me change out just 1/2 of the divider if I feel like it without having to rewrite the second half. These halves of the divider, you can use either pattern that you like. I've been liking using just the standard color because it is easier to see writing on. You can write whatever you'd like on them, and then you simply just insert them into the tab. Attaching the dividers is really easy. These Avery tabs have 2 separate halves, so all you need to do is wedge it between the folder wherever you would like it to go. You can have it at the top, at the bottom, wherever you would like. Once you find where you would like to put the tab, all you need to do is hold it in place and remove this sticky protective paper and press it down. Then repeat on the other side. And the last step is just to punch holes in the side. I'm using this punch that I got on Amazon, but you can use any hole punch that you'd like. Simply line it up and punch some holes. Pop it into your planner, and now you have really nice, really pretty, heavy-duty encoded dividers for your planner. I also want to mention that the Target Dollar Spot folders come with this set of stickers that are meant to be used on the top tabs that were originally on the folders. However, these would be really cute to stick onto a page and use it as a label, just like so. And now it's like a folder divider. You can write whatever the divider is supposed to have. If you didn't want to add tabs to the side, it still gives you a section to write, and I think that is really cool as well. So that's all I wanted to share today with you guys. I know it is pretty straightforward. The concept of using a pre-made folder to cut down to size to make mini folders isn't all that complicated, but I thought I would share it because it's not something that I originally thought of, and I also just really like that the Target Dollar Spot dividers make 2 exact half A5 pages. So that's the tutorial today. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below, and otherwise I will talk to you all later. Bye!